a Virginia lawmaker whose bipolar son stabbed him before killing himself, has settled a lawsuit over the young man's mental health care. The Roanoke Times reports that Senator Craig Deeds and his family will be paid $950,000 by the state's risk management fund to settle their suit against Michael Gentry, a former mental health evaluator with the Rockbridge Area Community Services Board. Deeds alleged in the suit that his 24-year-old son, Gus Deeds, was improperly denied treatment in 2013. dailymail.co.uk once 2018 10/17/22 5,140,558 6,286,941 Image of 54 1,539,811,058,958. Height equals 467, width equals 634, alt equals class equals book border img share copy link to paste in your message. The suit said that while Gentry determined Gus could be a danger to himself or others, he failed to find a space for him in a mental health facility within 6 hours. After that time, Gus was free to leave. Advertising invented by Teague returned to his father's farm, where he stabbed Deeds in the face and torso, then fatally shot himself. "My son is dead," Craig Deeds said in a statement Tuesday. "No amount of money can make that right, bring him back or fill the hole in my heart. Since my son's death, this lawsuit, and much of my work as a legislator, has been about ensuring that people who struggle as he did are less likely to wind up as he did, and more likely to receive the care they need." Among the reforms Deeds has pushed for since his son's death is a law requiring mental health patients to be transported to a state hospital if space isn't found in a public or private facility. The state has also created a real-time psychiatric bed registry to help mental health workers find spaces in their region. dailymail.co.uk once 2018 10/17/22 5,140,554 6,286,941 Deeds in 2018 has spent his time in the Virginia Senate advocating $58 $1,539,811,329,315. JPG height equals 392, width equals 634, alt equals class equals book border img share copy link to paste in your message. Share this article. Share. The Virginia Department of Behavioral Health, meanwhile, has committed to holding annual seminars to help mental health workers. The department and local board were originally named in the suit, but Deeds dropped the department from the suit, and a judge ruled that the local board was protected under sovereign immunity. It has been our goal that this case, in conjunction with the remarkable legislative work Senator Deeds continues to pursue, would result not only in this recovery, but be a catalyst for positive change in crisis mental health services in the Commonwealth, Deeds attorney John Lichtenstein said in a statement. This lawsuit was a constructive element toward that end, and toward the goal that Virginia families who struggle with mental illness will receive the care they so desperately need. Gus Deeds was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2010, following a series of increasingly unusual behavior which began when he was a freshman in college, according to a 2014 report. Doctors, however, believed that Gus wouldn't need to be medicated his whole life, and Deeds hoped that Gus would be able to snap out of it. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and Gus was said to have started bringing up the idea of suicide with his father instead. While Gus had been committed to hospitals on emergency orders in the intervening years between his diagnosis and suicide, Deeds said that something seemed different about the night before the stabbing. After Gentry failed to find Gus a hospital bed during the 6-hour window, Deeds and Gus drove back to their home. Deeds recalled thinking that he knew Gus thought he had betrayed him by attempting to get the emergency order that day. Despite threats, he decided to stay in the home with his son instead of staying the night elsewhere, as his wife had suggested. The next morning, Deeds was feeding the horses when Gus approached him. After a quick exchange of pleasantries, Deeds said he turned his attention back to the horse feeding, at which point Gus attacked him. "He got me twice," Deeds told 60 Minutes, noting that he didn't recall much from the attack. All told, Deeds received 10 stab wounds, including gashes on his face, which he still bears the scars of. Deeds, however, was able to escape the attack and run back to the house, where he was then taken to the hospital. When police arrived at the house, they found Gus dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He had used a gun that had been in the home, which Deeds had not been concerned about because he had been unable to find any ammunition to use with it. Deeds said that he had no idea how Gus was able to locate the hard-to-find bullets which he used to kill himself. Deeds has been representing the 25th District in Virginia's state Senate since 2001.